What we do here is go back.
Okay, guys. Hey, welcome back to the channel. Talk it up with to the podcast. Talk it up with Cindy and Jerry.
What's going on, everybody?
How's it going?
I feel good with the mics. Second round.
We're getting comfortable with it.
Right. We're still tweaked. We saw the video. Kind of have like a slight slant. It's a learning process.
Yeah. I mean, this one should look better.
Should look better.
We're getting comfortable with it.
Getting comfortable. I guess also because it's the phone. But prior it was the phone. Now it's the Sony cam.
The camera.
Yeah.
So we just came back from our neighbor had a kickoff summer.
Yeah, he usually does it in June. He did it
earlier this year.
Some live music. It was good. It was actually good.
So
yeah, this is weird with the mic down front.
Yeah, I might put my drink down here.
Yep.
So today's topic is date night, New York versus New Jersey.
That's pros and cons. Mm-hmm. Because we're originally from New York. We've said it in the past.
So we were talking about this yesterday before we went before we took our son out to eat.
Right.
So going out in New York, it's easy. Well, it's easy going out anywhere because you just go out and spend money. But so I gotta be honest.
Okay, but that's not the point, But yeah, go ahead.
So going out in New York, you could just out of the whim go. If you decide to go to a Broadway show or to some kind of activity,
I think
there's always restaurants.
Right, I think New York has the advantage of no matter where you are in New York City, I say the city. I mean, now Brooklyn is very popular.
Brooklyn's coming up, yeah.
You go out to, let's say, eat, or a Broadway show, whatever it is. You get to walk around the city. I know some people say, well, the city's crazy right now.
No, there's a lot of places to go walk.
But I'm saying that's crazy right now with all the things going on. But
yes.
Overall, you go out to eat.
It's crazy, though.
Yeah. You go out to eat, show. Then you can walk, and there's tons of bars and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. Nice little nooks between avenues. And then you have comedy clubs.
Yes.
And those you can have a late night comedy club at 11, 12.
You always find the guys out on the corner selling the tickets.
Sure.
Sure.
So I think it has the advantage of
unplanned events.
Yeah, you could just go in the city. Now, don't get me wrong. Some places we do plan it, and some places do require reservations. But otherwise, you can go to New York City, go eat, watch a show, go out for drinks, walk around, maybe even catch a show.
And your time is not limited either.
No, it closes later.
They're open late, versus New Jersey.
So now New Jersey, I look at it two different ways.
Okay.
The area that we live in.
Everything closes
early.
Yeah,
and
there's not too much of a nightlife.
No, there's no nightlife. You're gonna go and have dinner, even if you go to like a restaurant.
Yeah.
Drinks and some wings or whatever it is. That's it. It's over.
Yeah.
You could go to another nice restaurant, and nice plate of food, wine, or whatever you want to drink, and it's over. That's in this local area.
Mm-hmm. But if you go down to let's say Hoboken. Or Montclair.
Now those
Paramus.
are different. Yeah, those are. I don't know about Paramus, but I think
Hackensack.
Hackensack has that. Jersey City has that.
Jersey City, Hoboken, Montclair. Yeah, Hoboken has an area where there's restaurants and all that stuff.
Right.
And then you have Montclair. We've been to Montclair.
Yeah.
And they have the whole strip of restaurants.
Right. And where's the one that has the arcades? What's that? That's
Morristown.
Morristown. So there are pockets in where we live in northern Jersey that you could say, hey, go to Montclair or Morristown. You've got an arcade there for those that love the pinball machines, retro 80s.
We've gone down to Hoboken one time and hung out and bar hopped.
Okay, but I'm going back on the Morristown. You have the arcade and stuff like that.
Yes.
And then you have a couple of restaurants to go to. And some of them are restaurants, some of them are bar restaurants and stuff like that. But you have activity to do at nighttime.
Yes, you do.
And then same as Montclair. Montclair is a lot of nice restaurants. You can walk around the neighborhood.
And I think somebody was telling us there's a theater over there in that area.
That's what somebody was saying. So if you're watching a show.
Yeah. Which is not bad.
So you have stuff in the backyard.
Yes, it's just
limited to those areas.
limited. In Jersey, it's limited by capacity and by time.
Also, reservations. You need reservations here a lot.
Yes. Versus New York, if you just decide out of the whim, hey, let's go hang out. Let's paint the town. Let's come home at the break of dawn.
Absolutely.
You go to New York.
Well, when we went to the High Line downtown Manhattan,
We should do that again.
We did it in the fall.
Yeah,
it was really nice. It was in the evening. We walked to a certain point, went downstairs, and we have talked. I think we talked about it. We went to a diner, which was awkward in itself because there was empty seating, but he was like,
I think the hostess was picking and choosing where he was.
Yeah, he was like, "You got reservations?"
I think he was feeling people out.
Yeah.
As how they treated him.
Maybe.
And then he sat them up.
It was definitely awkward.
To the way
if he sat them, so the first group he did it. You got reservations.
The guy seemed kind of like.
He was a little
kind of
brash, entitled.
Yeah. So I think he was treating people or seating them according to the way they were treating him, or their first
impressions. Yeah, definitely. Because when I got up there, I was already prepped. I said, "Hey, I'm sorry, we just came from the High Line. We don't have reservations, so if, you can't sit us. That's fine."
Yeah.
And he was like, "No, just two of you." We're like, "Yeah." It's here outside, really nice, and it was really nice outside.
It was nice, yeah.
I'm like, yeah, okay, and I looked at you, and I was like, okay, that was awkward because he just
told the other guy no.
And then another group showed up, and he was like, yeah, we could sit you
around the corner.
Yeah, I didn't even know there was seating on the other side of the diner, because it has the diner look. That was really nice. It had a nice diner look. But New York City gives you that. You could just come off the High Line. It's for those that know New York City. The High Line is this high walking area, beautiful walk path,
just
garden.
The New York lights just reflect.
Yeah, it's a different. And then you just come down the steps or the elevators, and then you're in the Chelsea area. You've got restaurants.
The cool thing is, like, as you're walking up there, some of the apartments that line it.
You want to.
You're
looking into their lives.
You see the artwork that they have on the windows.
Yes.
Some of them have art. Yes.
Some of them did do that.
They had artwork because their windows are right there on the wall.
That is awkward.
Some of them you can see into the apartments, which is kind of awkward. But a lot of them had artwork.
Yeah, you're literally walking 5 feet, maybe 10 feet tops away from someone's windows. Yeah, I was like, I would never have an apartment.
I mean, for an artist, it's a way of displaying their art. Like the
yes,
one, you saw a couple of apartments
absolutely.
Had,
but I just as
furniture pieces that were art.
Preference wise, no way.
I know. No. I don't think I would
because you're watching TV.
You forget and you change your clothes and you walk past. I wouldn't be able to do that.
But going back to it, New York City gives you a lot of that range.
And you can hop around in the boroughs if you're that adventurous.
Right now, Hackensack, we've been there maybe once or twice. I don't know too much. Maybe they have comedy clubs like New York City does. Where
I don't know if they have
in the
comedy
bars,
clubs, but they have bars and restaurants.
Right, when I say comedy clubs, like Grizzly Pear in New York City is a bar with a back room for a comedy club.
Yes, we haven't seen anything like that here. We went to
Excuse me.
events that are planned here that have comedians. But not comedy clubs.
And
here.
sometimes the comedians over here are not.
They don't. What's the right word I can say? They don't test the limits as much.
No. So
the New York comedians, they test it.
Yeah, it's New York. They're like, if you don't like this joke, just
out the door.
Exit right over there.
Yes, they don't. They're not afraid to push people's buttons.
Right.
Or cross the line a little in New York.
Going back to it, I could say yes. There's a pro where you're in your backyard, so it's not a far drive.
Yes, and you're not paying the tolls to cross into New York.
Because right now, with congestion pricing,
we haven't even gone into the city because of the congestion.
Well, no, it hasn't started yet.
They went downtown already. They
already started. June 30th.
Oh, June 30th. So why would we gotta take advantage and drive down at least?
Okay, we've been busy and it's been raining a lot.
I know. Tonight's a good opportunity. I know you have.
No, it's tomorrow. Sunday.
But just to take a walk on the
there
was one night we went on a weekday.
Yeah, I know.
We went and walked.
I know. But I got stuff to do.
We found that brewery inside the mall.
Yeah.
What was
that? Was the fall.
I know that was the fall.
That was the Bronx Brewery.
We gotta come back here, the Bronx Brewery.
Yeah, the Bronx Brewery. They had a spot there. Yeah, but I'm not doing it Sunday night. Not today. Maybe another time, but not today.
I thought I could get him out of the house.
No.
I bet you if I told him let's go to a brewery or winery, he'd say let's go.
But no, those are in your backyard. You're not really crossing a bridge, and all that stuff. I mean, think about the added cost, not for today, but after June 30th. you've got gas, toll, and then you've got the $15 community congestion pricing. I don't need parking because I always find parking. And then, of course, everything for the expenses. And then you drive back. It is going to be a huge cost.
Yeah, I don't think.
I don't
think we'll be going down there.
The gas.
We park uptown and take the subway.
Yeah, the gas prices are jumping higher.
Yeah.
So it's just it's gonna be tough.
Kind of bites.
Tough.
There's a lot of things
tough.
you can do downtown,
yeah,
especially in the summertime with all the festivals.
That's another thing. Absolutely.
Going to the
now,
island.
Jersey has that.
Island. We haven't done. We haven't walked that. What is it? That island that they.
Governor's Island.
Not Governor's Island.
Oh, the new one on the west side. Yes.
Yeah,
yeah. We haven't done that yet.
Which I'm dying to go. It looks amazing, especially now when everything's growing in. We haven't been to the seaport in a while.
And the seaport, I heard, is not that great when they did it.
Well, it looks.
I mean, no, I'm just saying we could visit. Yeah.
Bryant Park. We like to go into the city.
Absolutely. I mean, you got street fairs all the time. But to go back to it, News 12 does a good job of, hey, this is what's going on in New Jersey.
Yes.
I just say sometimes.
We like crossing. We're still New Yorkers.
No, not only that. We just say if we're not crossing the city, hey, we're just gonna hang out in the house in the backyard.
Well, yeah.
There are I've watched the Yankees, for a while and stuff like that. There's the Yogi Berra Museum that's there.
It's
in the backyard.
So much stuff going on. Like I said, our neighbor has an event. Well, had every year he does a band.
Right, the one yeah.
Then there's always something going on for us to do local. That's what it is. So we end up staying local because it turns out to be cheaper.
Right now we're in this swing where we're going to Warwick, to the breweries, to the wineries. Mm-hmm.
But we're just trying to stay local because we're trying to watch our budget.
Yeah, it's tough. It is. I mean, once the summer comes in, well, spring, summer, and fall are great in New York City. Even winter. Winter has its own look in New York City.
And of course, we have the lake here that we're affiliated with.
So. You've got the winter look here in Jersey, but I don't see myself going to a restaurant. I've never done it, going to a restaurant in Montclair or Morristown during the wintertime.
In the wintertime, no.
But in the city, we've done it.
Yeah.
It has its own feel.
It has a different vibe.
Yeah.
It's a vibe.
It's a vibe.
Yeah.
It's definitely a different vibe going into the city during the wintertime. Not, of course, a blizzard, but just enjoying the walks in the city, and the Christmas lights are up, the stores. Totally yeah,
but it's also cool. We also like doing it in the spring and summer.
No, I get that. I'm just saying the winter vibe and stuff like that. You just sometimes just not following my conversation. You know that. You go left on my conversations.
I'm entitled to do that.
Yeah, but I keep on bringing
your wife.
I'm
allowed to do that.
I'm just trying to bring out some differences, even on the wintertime subject.
There are differences. I'm just a New Yorker at heart still, so I prefer. I know he hates when I say, "Hey, let's go to New York." He's like, well, why can't we just stay on this side of the water?
No, I mean, I'll say it sometimes.
Spend money crossing the bridge.
I'll say it sometimes. Absolutely. But listen, I work in New York. I love New York.
That's what the difference is. He's in New York every day for work, so he gets to see the skyscrapers. But
that's
the difference. I'm in Jersey every day because I don't commute into New York.
Yeah.
So when we go into New York,
I'm gonna get you a picture
because I'm a New Yorker.
I'm gonna get you a picture, like the VR headset. What are you doing? And you see that commercial where the guys are in the aviator jets. It's going to be like this. Welcome to New York City.
No.
Listen, I do enjoy going to New York City.
I get to enjoy.
It is a costly thing.
You commute every day. I'm in the city every day. I'm like, that's you. You get to go into the city every day. I get to go into the city maybe once every couple months. Because we don't go into the city every month.
No, of course not.
So for me, when we go, we were just in the city last week because we had to go for a party for my niece.
Yeah.
Which, I love driving across the bridge, driving into the boroughs.
Yeah, sure, absolutely.
So when we don't get to do it, I just feel like I'm missing something.
All right, well, we were there, and we'll be going there again in June.
The weather's getting warmer, so we will be crossing into New York.
And I wanted to take Aiden to that old gaming store back in 33rd Street. The complete strategist.
Complete strategist.
Strategist.
He'll like that now. Yeah, our little one is. They're integrating him finally into the D&D world. Dungeons and Dragons. So. That's a separate. We'll do that. Definitely a separate podcast. The whole Dungeons and Dragons thing. But no, I think
And of course, that's for the people that live in this area. You do have options.
Well, you know what's so funny? We know a few like Jersey people that don't cross into New York to go in for the nightlife. Oh, older New Jersey people that we know that they're like, we don't go into New York.
No, absolutely. We know people that just said,
Jersey.
"Hey,
I'm like,
I was born and raised, and never. I don't see a reason to go to New York City."
Yeah,
I'm like,
why?
not even once,
Beautiful.
not even to a
like,
Yankee
no,
game.
I don't
or
want to deal with the crazy people. I don't want to deal with the crowds. I'm like, it's not always like that. It depends where you go in the city. You know, you can go to New York and you can go into a park and you can feel like you're by yourself.
Yeah.
There are areas in New York where you can feel like you're by yourself, and then there's areas where it's crowded. You know.
I don't know about by yourself. I mean,
yes, there's areas in Central Park where you can go and you feel like you're by yourself.
You're gonna see people. You're not gonna think you're by yourself. I think that's an
places like that in New York.
No, I think that's an exaggeration. I did that again. I don't know why I did because you're gonna see lesser crowds. But to say that you're in a part of a park that you may not see nobody, that you're by yourself,
that's why things sometimes happen. I think
that what
things happen, like
that's at nighttime.
Happen. Even during the day, things happen during the day still.
They do it it's New York. They do it in front of people and just get on their scooters down and ride away, with your cell phone. No. But no, I think living next to New York City, you've got to take advantage of things that go on. I mean, Jersey 12 does a fantastic job on the Jersey side.
We make fun of it.
And I think you got to look at it and say, hey, go on the website for New York City parks and all that stuff. What events are going on? You've got the Japanese event, Dragon events, Asian events. You've got other France. There are parades that are very small parades
that aren't even talked about.
Yeah,
but
they are.
Yeah,
you're just not on the level as like the Irish parade, the Puerto Rican parade.
They're not on your spectrum, so you don't know about them unless you're looking for
not spectrum. I think you say radar.
Radar.
Yeah,
sorry, radar.
No, I'm just saying you're not that you're looking for them. You just won't hear about it as the emphasis as those other parades.
Okay.
When the St. Patty's parade is coming?
Because
it's all over the news.
Yes.
Puerto Rican Day parade, it's all over the news. The French parade or the Caribbean parade.
No, they don't talk about them.
But they're there. Yes. They're on the website for New York City's parks and events.
You just don't talk about them.
Yeah, you just don't maybe. Now, I should have said that. New York One does talk about it.
Briefly.
But it's not as a heavy discussion.
I think News 12 talks about it too.
In the Bronx?
Yes.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah. So those local stations do. They just, it's not as heavy as.
Now, here's one thing we talked about. We said, being a New Yorker, growing up in New York,
right?
As kids, people always say, hey, did you go to the Statue of Liberty? Which is kind of bad. It would be like, I didn't go unless I was on a school trip.
Well, right. So, honestly, I'm going to say, if somebody had that conversation, I'm like, dude, I was like...
Did you go to the Statue of Liberty? Did you go to the...
I did that at 4th grade. I did it at 4th grade, and I did it at 6th grade.
Yeah.
I haven't gone back. They even say the bus tours, where you sit on the top, you should just do it once just to experience it on a different level.
It as a tourist.
Yeah, just kind of go on the ride and just kind of view New York,
Just pretend to be a tourist for the day.
So you could get handed a CD, and you can handed Asian beads, and people are running towards you, the Elmos, and like, hey, you want to take a photo? Big giant King Kongs.
Just pretend to be a tourist for the day.
No, I think you should. I think taking a day and walking around New York City and just saying, hey, let's go to the Empire State Building, let's go to the top of the Rock, which is Rockefeller Center. That is New York City. That you could do that and walk from 59th Street by the Central Park. Mm-hmm. Get down to Bryant Park, and there's so much in between. Times Square, Rockefeller Center. Yes. Just the vibe of the city, the heartbeat of it.
I think that's cool.
I don't think you can do that in Jersey. You can do it in the Jersey Shore.
Yes, you can.
You could go down to the Jersey Shore, walk the boardwalk, and get the heartbeat of the shore right there and then. But you can't do that in other areas of Jersey. Where in New York City, you could do that in Brooklyn right now. Brooklyn is now... happening spot. You got the art galleries there. You've got events going on there. You could go to Brooklyn and get.
Actually, even the waterfront in Brooklyn.
Yeah, you can. You just boom. You're on the heartbeat of it. You know what's going on. You're just feeling the vibe, and you're enjoying. You could be there for the whole day.
I know.
And get Brooklyn pizza.
Just such a long drive for us to go all the way to
Brooklyn's a little farther. That's an extra 20 minutes in.
Yeah, because we went to Queens last week, and it took us almost 2 hours.
Yeah, that's just traffic. There's no doubt about it. We'll see what happens with the congested...
charging?
Yeah.
Let's see. Hopefully.
All right. I think this is it. I think we covered it and bounced a little bit back and forth.
Give us your input. You know, what do you think about date night? Do you stay local? Do you travel a little?
Right, because there are other areas. I know we've gone to. Yeah, we go to Tampa.
Yeah.
You've got your suburban area of Tampa,
Yeah,
and then you go into downtown Tampa.
Yeah.
So those everybody, I think, certain areas have it. I'm pretty sure even in the Midwest, you have like, let's say Oklahoma City, which is from my understanding, an up and coming. So if you live in the outskirts, do you stay local to the restaurants?
Or do you go
take advantage and go into this, to the main streets of the city and stuff like that? Of course, not as big as New York City, but they've got a vibe and stuff like that going on. It's a heartbeat.
Way of pointing it out.
Yeah, I mean Jersey City in a way it's like that.
We don't go into Jersey City.
But I'm just saying, Jersey City has all the nightlife down there.
Yes, they do.
So you get some of it. Like I said, I just don't know if they have, late night comedy clubs like New York City does. You're down in Maduga Street. You've got 2 down there.
McDougal's a different story, though.
Yeah, but it's the village. It's you're bar hopping. You're enjoying some great food, and then you're like, hey, let's go to the comedy club in the back or the underground.
I love going to the comedy clubs. You never know
who pops in.
Yes, who pops in. Who
That's
you're
awesome.
See,
yeah.
And how the comedians are gonna act toward the crowd, because it's also the crowd that gets the comedian going. So we haven't done a comedy club in a bit.
No.
We should do one.
And we haven't got to Haswell's Greens.
Yeah, it's been a year. Actually, it's been a full year because Dawn just sent me a message the other day.
But no, we were there. We were there in the fall.
Not at Haswell Greens.
Yes, we were with your cousins. I got the whole shirt that says Hennessy on it.
Oh, that's right.
So you just try to say like, hey, you haven't taken me here, you haven't taken me there. It's been like a whole year.
No,
you do.
You do. I forgot.
Yeah, like the Highline. You make it seem like it's been 2 years.
No,
we were there in the fall.
In the fall, I forgot that we were in the fall at Haswell Greens when we went back.
Yeah.
With my cousin.
Anyway, let's end this. Let's wrap it up.
You know why he's trying to wrap it up? Because he knows I'm trying to get him to take me somewhere.
Yeah. Anyway, take care. Like, subscribe, share, comment, and we'll see you in the next podcast. Take care.
Bye.
Bye. What's going on? Wearing gray. What are you wearing, Cindy?
Green.
Green. But what were you wearing earlier when you saw me come into the room?
Gray.
And what did you do?
I changed.
That's right. This time she changed. There's no doubt about it. I was sticking with the gray. Stand your ground, people.
Shut up.
Stand your ground.
Shut up.
Okay. Stand your ground.